When your insurance company denies a claim, they've already done the math. They know almost nobody fights it, fewer than 1 in 100. And they know that most of the people who do fight it actually win. That's the whole business. Let's start with how often this happens. On the marketplace plans, about 1 in 5 in-network claims get denied. Go out of network and it jumps to more than a third. Some insurers deny half of everything that crosses the desk. And the most common reason they give for saying no? Their own category is literally labeled other. Not medically necessary, not experimental, just other. A box that means nothing attached to a decision that costs you everything. Here's the part that does the heavy lifting. A denial is not a verdict. It's a filter. It sorts people into 2 piles, the ones who give up and the ones who push. And the company already knows the first pile is enormous. The denial letter helps with that. It's vague on purpose. It's confusing on purpose. It buries the deadline. It skips the part where it tells you that you have the legal right to appeal. Only about 4 in 10 people even know that right exists. And it lands while you're sick or scared or sitting next to someone you love in a hospital bed. That's not the worst possible time to fight back by accident. That's the timing. Now, who's actually deciding? A lot of the time, it isn't even your insurance company. They outsource it. There's a company called EviCore, owned by Cigna, that handles these approvals for around 100 million people. 1 in 3 insured Americans. And ProPublica found that EviCore runs an algorithm that insiders call, and I'm not making this up, the dial. Here's what the dial does. The algorithm can say yes. It cannot say no. Only a human doctor can issue the final denial. So when the company wants more denials, it doesn't change the rules. It just turns the dial and sends more cases to human review. Because more human eyes means more chances someone finds a reason. One former account executive said it plainly. When a person looks instead of a computer, they catch the gray areas. And that's how you push the denial rate up. And they turn it up at the end of each financial quarter, when the shareholder numbers are due. How do they sell this to insurers? 3 to 1. For every $1 you spend on us, we'll save you 3. Their salespeople have bragged about getting denials up 15%. They call it, and this is their phrase, the denials for dollars business. And the techniques get pettier than you'd believe. One competitor, Carillon, settled a lawsuit for $13 million. Part of what they were accused of? Setting their fax machines to only accept 5 to 10 pages. So if your doctor sent a request longer than that, it got cut off and then denied for insufficient documentation. Documentation they made physically impossible to receive. I want to tell you about little John Cupp, 61 years old, a welder in Ohio. His doctor said he needed a heart catheterization twice. The decision got outsourced to EviCore. Denied again. Roughly 36 hours later, he had a fatal cardiac arrest. His own doctor said he needed it. The system said no, then said no again, and then there was no one left to appeal for. So here's where it lands. The denial is the first move, not the last. It's a door that looks locked and mostly isn't. When people appeal, a large share of those denials get overturned, which tells you the no was never solid to begin with. It was a guess that you wouldn't argue. Filing an appeal costs you nothing but time and a little stubbornness. There's no penalty for trying. The only thing standing between most people and the care they already paid for is a letter built to make them stop. They trained an entire industry to say no first and wait. Not because the no is right, because waiting works. So the next time you open that envelope and it says denied, read it as a question, not an answer. The question is whether you're in the 99% who walk away or the 1% who make them prove it. They're counting on the 99.